Did you know that most accidents for older adults happen right inside the home? Not outside, not on the street, right here where we're supposed to feel safe. And the number one reason? Clutter. Today at the Senior Nest, I'll show you how a simple, final big declutter can protect your health, free your mind, and even add years of energy to your life. And here's the first secret: you must never start with sentimental items. That mistake has kept countless seniors stuck in messy, unsafe homes for decades. I once met Mrs. Parker, who lived in a house full of memories. Her floor was so crowded with boxes that she tripped twice in 1 week. The moment we cleared just one room, she told me, "I finally feel safe walking in my own home again." That's the power of decluttering. It's not just about cleaning, it's about freedom. And if you think removing a few boxes is life-changing, wait until you hear what happens when we tackle closets, papers, and even decades of forgotten belongings. In just a few minutes, I'll show you the 3 principles that can transform any home, no matter how full, no matter how long you've lived there, into a safe, calm, and joyful nest. So don't go anywhere. The first principle could be the single most important decision you make for your health this year. Part 2, the mindset. 1. A fresh start, a new chapter for yourself. Decluttering is not just about getting rid of objects. It's about closing old chapters and opening the door to a lighter, freer stage of life. For older adults, letting go of unnecessary items can release the mental weight of decades of obligations and memories that no longer serve you. It clears the path to enjoy the present with peace of mind. Example, I once guided a retired nurse who still kept boxes of work notes and uniforms from 25 years ago. When she finally let them go, she said, "It feels like I can finally retire in my heart, not just on paper." Lesson: every time you declutter, you give yourself permission to begin again. And it is never too late for a fresh start. 2. Discovering yourself, revealing who you truly are over time. The possessions can pile up and bury our true identity. By clearing the excess, we see ourselves more clearly and reconnect with what really matters. For older adults, it's a reminder that your worth is not measured by how much you own, but by your wisdom, your memories, and your peace of mind. Example, I once met a gentleman who had kept dozens of souvenirs from every trip abroad. But when asked which ones truly represented his life story, he chose just 3. The others had simply become noise. Lesson: decluttering is not about denying the past, but about uncovering the real you, simpler, lighter, and truer than ever before. 3. An experiment, not perfection, freedom from pressure. Decluttering doesn't have to be flawless. Think of it as an experiment, a chance to learn what you really need. If you let go of something and later realize you needed it, that's not failure, it's discovery. For older adults, this approach removes guilt and pressure. You are free to try, adjust, and move at your own pace. Example, a woman once donated several jackets she rarely wore, only to realize she still needed one heavier coat. Instead of feeling regret, she smiled and said, "Now I know exactly what kind of coat truly suits me." A lesson: by treating decluttering as an experiment, you remove fear. Each decision brings you closer to the home and the life that supports your well-being. Takeaway: the right mindset is the foundation of successful decluttering. Especially for seniors, it is not about losing objects, but about gaining freedom. A fresh start brings emotional renewal. Discovering yourself restores clarity and confidence. Experimenting without pressure turns decluttering into a joyful, lifelong practice. When you embrace this mindset, every step of decluttering becomes not a burden, but a gift you give yourself, the gift of lightness, dignity, and peace. Part 3, the 3 core principles. Now that we've talked about mindset, let's move into action. Because here's the truth, without a clear method, decluttering often becomes overwhelming. You open a drawer, you find an old letter, and suddenly 2 hours are gone, or you start in one room, get distracted by another, and end up feeling even more tired. At the Senior Nest, we believe seniors need a system that is simple, gentle, and effective. And that's why we focus on 3 timeless principles easy to follow but powerful enough to change your life. Principle 1. Declutter by category, not by location. Why it matters. If you clean room by room, you'll often end up shuffling clutter around instead of truly reducing it. But when you focus on one category, clothes, books, papers, you see the full picture. For seniors, this prevents confusion and repetition. It helps you clearly see what you own, avoid duplicates, and make decisions with confidence. Example, I once helped Mr. and Mrs. Robinson with their kitchen. They had cooking utensils spread across 4 drawers in 2 different rooms. Only by gathering everything together did they realize they had 9 spatulas. By sorting by category, they chose the 3 best ones and felt relieved to let the rest go. Benefit. Decluttering by category simplifies decisions, reduces stress, and makes the process far less overwhelming. Principle 2. Keep only what truly lights you up. Why it matters. Practical use is important, but emotional energy matters just as much. Surrounding yourself only with things that uplift you creates a positive, safe atmosphere. For seniors, the home becomes more than clean, it becomes healing. A joyful chair by the window, a favorite sweater, a family photo that still makes you smile. These are the items worth keeping. The rest may only drain your spirit. Example, Mrs. Allen had over 40 handbags. When we asked which ones she would happily carry to lunch with her daughter, she chose just 2. Every time she uses them now, she says she feels proud and light instead of weighed down by choices. Benefit. By keeping only what sparks joy, you create a space that lifts your mood, reduces anxiety, and even encourages social connection. Principle 3. Give every item a permanent home. Why it matters. Without a designated place, clutter always returns. Giving each object a home ensures your space stays tidy with minimal effort. For seniors, this is not just about organization, it's about safety. Knowing exactly where your glasses, medications, or important papers belong can prevent stress and even emergencies. Example, Mr. Davis used to misplace his blood pressure monitor almost every week. We gave it one clear home next to his favorite reading chair. Now it's always there and checking his health feels effortless. Benefit. Giving items a permanent home reduces frustration, prevents accidents, and allows daily life to flow smoothly like a well-practiced tea ceremony. Takeaway. These 3 principles, declutter by category, keep what lights you up, and give every item a home, work together like stepping stones. They lead you from overwhelm to clarity, from chaos to calm. For older adults, they are not just rules for cleaning. They are a gentle guide towards safety, energy, and peace. With every category you finish, with every joyful item you choose, with every home you give to your belongings, you're not just decluttering. You're creating a nest where you can live fully, freely, and with dignity. Part 4. Real-life stories. Principles are powerful, but they only come alive when we see them in action. That's why here at the Senior Nest, we don't just talk about ideas, we share real stories of people who transformed their homes, their health, and their peace of mind through decluttering. So let me take you inside a few homes where these changes truly happened. Story 1. Mrs. Parker's Closet of Memories. When I first met Mrs. Parker, her bedroom closet was overflowing. Dozens of dresses, coats, and scarves from every season of her life. Some hadn't been worn in 20 years, yet each one carried a memory. She admitted that every time she opened the closet, she felt overwhelmed, like the weight of her past was pressing down on her present. We used the principle, keep only what lights you up. When I asked, which of these make you feel proud to wear today? She paused, smiled, and chose just 5 pieces, clothes that fit, that brought out her joy, and that she wanted to show to her grandchildren. The transformation was immediate. She said, now when I open my closet, I don't see clutter, I see myself. Lesson for seniors: decluttering clothing isn't just about space. It's about identity, confidence, and dignity. Story 2. Mr. Anderson's Paper Mountain. Mr. Anderson was a retired teacher, a man of knowledge and discipline. Yet his study was buried under 30 years of papers, old receipts, class notes, letters, instruction manuals. He confessed he avoided entering the room because it made him feel defeated. Together, we applied the category rule, keep, toss. Digitize, we kept only essentials like medical and financial documents, digitized what could be scanned and recycled the rest. In just one weekend, 3 drawers of paper collapsed into a single slim folder. Mr. Anderson looked at it and said, "For the first time in years, I feel like I can breathe again." Lesson: reducing paper clutter lightens not only the room but also the mind, giving older adults clarity and calm. Story 3: Mr. Harris and the Piano of Silence. Then there was Mr. Harris, who kept his late wife's piano in the living room. It stood untouched for over a decade, collecting dust but never music. He said, "I can't let go. It feels like letting go of her." We didn't rush. Instead, we honored the piano's meaning. Eventually, Mr. Harris chose to donate it to a local youth center. When we visited the center months later, he heard young students practicing on that same piano. His eyes filled with tears and he whispered, "It feels like her hands are still creating just through them." Lesson: letting go of sentimental items doesn't erase love. It carries that love forward in new ways. For seniors, this can bring not only relief but a sense of legacy. Takeaway: these stories remind us that decluttering is not about throwing things away. It's about rediscovering safety, dignity, and joy. Mrs. Parker found confidence in her clothes. Mr. Anderson found clarity in his papers. Mr. Harris found peace in letting love flow forward. And the truth is, these stories could be yours, because every home has a closet, a drawer, or an object that carries both weight and opportunity. When you take that step to let go, you're not losing, you're making space for the life you deserve today. Part 5: Practical Guidance for Seniors. Stories are inspiring, but let's be honest. At some point, we all ask, where do I actually begin? Because hearing about Mrs. Parker or Mr. Harris is encouraging, but when you're standing in your own home looking at decades of belongings, the task can feel impossible. That's why here at the Senior Nest, we've shaped a practical, step-by-step path designed especially for older adults. A path that is simple, safe, and achievable, one step at a time. Step 1: Clothes. Choosing confidence every day. Start with clothing because it's personal and immediate. Gather all your clothes in one place. Yes, every single piece. Then ask, would I proudly wear this today with friends, family, or even on a special outing? Keep only those that make you feel confident and comfortable. Why for seniors? A cluttered closet often hides the clothes you truly love. By simplifying, you make dressing easier, safer, and more joyful each morning. Example: one gentleman reduced his closet from 50 shirts to 10. Now, every shirt he grabs fits well and makes him feel sharp. He told me, "It's like my mornings got 10 minutes longer." Step 2: Books. Keeping inspiration, not dust. Books are wonderful, but too many can weigh down shelves and stir up dust. Keep only books that inspire or comfort you today. If you hesitate, ask, if I didn't already own this, would I buy it again now? Donate the rest, knowing your books will find new readers. Why for seniors? Fewer books mean easier cleaning, better air quality, and less mental clutter. Example: Mrs. Allen cut her collection in half, she said. Now each book feels like a dear friend instead of a heavy burden. Step 3: Papers. Slimming down the pile. Papers are one of the easiest categories because most are no longer needed. Sort them into 3 groups: keep, toss, digitize. Keep essentials, medical records, financial documents, legal certificates. Digitize what you may want later. Toss the rest. Why for seniors? Reducing paper reduces stress and the risk of losing what truly matters. No more frantic searching for a prescription or bank document. Example: Mr. Anderson's single binder of important papers gave him peace of mind he hadn't felt in decades. Step 4: Small items. Clearing hidden hazards. These are the everyday objects, kitchen gadgets, old tools, duplicate utensils. Start with easy items, broken, expired, or duplicated. Keep only what you use regularly and love. Why for seniors? Extra items increase the risk of tripping, make cleaning harder, and create visual chaos. A simpler home is a safer home. Example, one couple removed 30 unused gadgets from their kitchen. Suddenly, their counters were clear and their cooking time was cut in half. Step 5. Sentimental items, letting go with grace. This is the most delicate category, so save it for last. Place hard-to-let-go items in a box. Revisit them in 6 months or a year. If you forgot the item existed, it's safe to release it. Take photos of objects you want to remember. Express gratitude, then let them go. Why for seniors? Sentimental clutter can tie you to the past in ways that limit your present. Letting go doesn't erase memory, it sets it free. Example, when Mr. Harris donated his wife's piano, he discovered her music lived on in others. That act of release gave him a lighter, a freer heart. Takeaway, decluttering for seniors doesn't have to be overwhelming. When you follow this gentle sequence, clothes, books, papers, small items, sentimental treasures, you build momentum step by step. Each stage is not just about cleaning a house. It's about choosing confidence in your daily life, protecting your health and safety, finding clarity in what truly matters, honoring the past while embracing the present. At the Senior Nest, we remind you don't have to do it all at once. One drawer today, one shelf tomorrow. Each small step adds up to a home that feels lighter, safer, and truly yours. Part 6. Storage for long-lasting simplicity. Decluttering is powerful, but here's the real challenge. How do we keep the home from slipping back into chaos? Many seniors tell me, I clean, but within weeks the clutter creeps back. That's because decluttering is only half the journey. The other half is storage, how you place and maintain the items you choose to keep. Without the right storage habits, clutter quietly returns. But with the right system, your home can stay clear and peaceful every single day. Principle 1. Give every item a home. Meaning, every belonging deserves its own permanent place, whether it's a pair of glasses, medication, or a favorite teacup. For seniors, this habit reduces daily stress. No more searching for lost keys or misplaced prescriptions. A home for each item ensures order without effort. Example, Mrs. Lopez used to misplace her reading glasses almost daily. We gave them a fixed home, a small dish right by her bedside. Since then, she hasn't lost them once. She told me, I didn't realize how much energy I wasted just looking for things. Benefit, this simple rule saves time, prevents frustration, and brings calm to your daily routine. Principle 2. Make it easy to grab and easy to return. Meaning, the easier it is to access and put away items, the more likely you are to stay organized. For seniors, accessibility is safety. Storing cleaning tools, medications, or frequently used objects within arm's reach reduces strain and lowers the risk of accidents. Example, Mr. Thompson kept his vacuum in the basement, so he rarely cleaned. When we placed a lightweight broom in his living room closet, tidying became effortless. He laughed and said, now I sweep without even thinking about it. Benefit, when storage is convenient, tidying up becomes a natural habit, not a chore. Principle 3, always leave 20-30% empty space. Meaning, your drawers, shelves, and closets should never be packed full. Leaving 20-30% empty ensures breathing room for new items and prevents future clutter. For seniors, life always brings new things, a gift from a grandchild, a new set of medicines, or a warmer coat. Empty space means you can welcome them without stress or mess. Example, Mrs. Brown used to fill every cabinet until nothing fit. By leaving space open, she found she could easily place new gifts without creating piles. She said, it feels like my home can breathe again. Benefit, empty space is not wasted space. It's a promise of peace and flexibility for the future. Takeaway, storage is not just about boxes and shelves, it's about creating habits that protect your peace of mind. Giving every item a home brings order. Making items easy to grab and return keeps life flowing smoothly. Leaving space empty ensures your home stays open, safe, and ready for the future. At the Senior Nest, we believe these small storage habits transform decluttering from a one-time effort into a lifelong gift. Because the goal isn't just to clean your house once, it's to live every day in a home that feels safe, calm, and beautifully simple. Part 7, Conclusion and Final Takeaway. If you've stayed with me this far, it means you already know decluttering is not just about a tidy home. It's about reclaiming freedom, safety, and peace of mind. And here's the most important truth. Every senior has the power to begin, no matter how many years or how many objects have filled your home. Think back to the steps we've shared together. We began with mindset because the way we see decluttering changes everything. It is not loss, it is liberation. Then we discovered the 3 core principles: declutter by category, keep only what lights you up, and give every item a home. Simple rules, yet life-changing. We walked through real-life stories of seniors who found confidence, clarity, and even legacy through letting go. We laid out practical steps: clothes, books, papers, small items, and sentimental treasures done gently, safely, and at your own pace. Finally, we learned that decluttering lasts only when supported by wise storage habits, giving items a home, making them easy to use, and leaving space to breathe. Each part is not separate. Together, they form a path toward a home that is lighter, safer, and filled with joy. For older adults, this journey is especially meaningful. A home with fewer obstacles is a home that protects your health. A space with fewer burdens is a space that calms your mind. And a life with fewer objects is a life with more room for love, laughter, and connection. I have seen seniors who once felt buried under decades of clutter now walking freely, smiling more, and living with renewed dignity. And I want that for you too. So here is my challenge to you: don't wait for the perfect day to begin. Start now. Pick one drawer, one shelf, one small box. Release what no longer serves you, and watch how quickly your home and your heart begin to feel lighter. At the Senior Nest, we believe decluttering is not the end of something, it's the beginning of everything. The beginning of safer mornings, clearer days, and evenings filled with peace. Your home can be your sanctuary. Your nest can be simple, calm, and full of life. And it all begins with one small step today. As we close this journey, let's take one last look at the path we've walked together. Decluttering is more than cleaning, it's about living lighter, safer, and more joyfully. Here are the 10 key lessons from today's guide. 1. Decluttering begins in the mind with a mindset of freedom, not loss. 2. A fresh start. Every cleared space opens a new chapter of life. 3. Discovering yourself. Removing clutter reveals your true self. 4. An experiment, not perfection. Mistakes are part of the learning. 5. Declutter by category, not location. See the full picture. Avoid confusion. 6. Keep only what lights you up. Joy and dignity over sheer usefulness. 7. Give every item a permanent home. Prevent clutter from creeping back. 8. Follow the sequence: clothes, books, papers, small items, sentimental treasures. 9. Store wisely. Easy to grab, easy to return. Always leave 20–30% empty. 10. Decluttering is about health, safety, and peace of mind, a gift you give yourself. These are not just steps for a cleaner house. They are steps toward a lighter spirit and a safer, calmer nest. But remember, decluttering is never finished. It's a living practice, a gentle rhythm of choosing what to keep and what to release. Each season of life brings new items, new memories, and new opportunities to decide what truly belongs in your home and in your heart. Here at the Senior Nest, we'll keep walking this journey with you. Because decluttering is only one part of creating a home that supports your health, your happiness, and your freedom. So let this be the beginning, not the end. Your next step could be as small as clearing one drawer, or as meaningful as letting go of one long-held memory. Whatever it is, know that every action brings you closer to a life of clarity, safety, and peace. And in our next conversation together, we'll explore even more ways to turn your home into the sanctuary you deserve.